What's up, Mixed Nutters? It's your boy Marcus, back in the building, and today we talking about a few weird stories, but the number one here I think is Adolf Hitler being elected into office. Alright, so this first story here, this story blew me away, alright? Now this dude, his name is Adolf Hitler. His full name is Unona Adolf Hitler. He's in Zambia, Southwest Africa. He just won the council elections recently, and I was like, is this dude's real name? I mean, how hard could it be to run for office when your name is Adolf Hitler? It gotta be damn near impossible. He got 85% of the vote, by the way, which seems insane, but he got it. All right, now his father at the time enjoyed the name and didn't really know the context behind it because Zambia, Africa was, occupied by the Germans, so it was really common for them to have German names mixed up with their own names. He didn't think nothing of it, but Adolf Hitler, Jesus, let's dig into this a little bit more. Throw a picture up, old boy. Now, Mr. Adolf Hitler over there in Zambia, he prefers to be called by Unona, but despite his unfortunate name, he has no plans on taking over the world, which is great news, but it would still be hard to trust him. Zambia is a former German colony, so it's not unusual for streets, places, and people to have German names, and it was perfectly a normal name for him when he was a kid, he said, but it was not until he got older that he realized that this man wanted to subjugate the world and kill millions of Jews. But he assured everybody that he was not trying to take over the world or the region, and that's how you know you got a messed up name. People, I don't have no kids, but if you got kids, think about their names. You know what I mean? Be real careful what you call them. Don't just be like, oh, that sounds pretty. Like, no. Look that up first, just to make sure you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? So you're not calling somebody Parentheus Jones or Emoji Jackson. You know, don't do that, bro. Look up the meaning of the word so then that your kid don't grow up explaining himself all the time. 'Cause I'm telling you right now, if man, he pull out his driver's license and it say Adolf Hitler, they're gonna be like, this is a fake ID or get the hell out of here. That's the only response. And you gonna name a black dude Adolf Hitler? I don't care if you add the first name, Unona Adolf Hitler. There's still the Adolf and the Hitler in there. It's just, ugh. What? Who does this? They do. Parents, be careful. That's the first story of the week. Be careful what you name your kids. All right, it's 2021. I don't want to hear no other weird names. All right, now this next story was extra crazy, man. I read this and I couldn't believe it. So this dude, he actually took magic mushrooms, right? And made tea with it. Then he injected it into his blood. Now, this is the worst idea ever. The reason why is mushrooms like to grow in warm, wet places. So your bloodstream is an excellent place for this to happen. What happens? Of course, several days later, he ends up in the hospital. He winds up staying in the hospital for 22 days, y'all. 22 days.
What? What the fuck?
How much the hospital bill gonna be? For real? Multi-system organ failure is what he came down with.
That's a lot of damage.
The story actually didn't really get into the fact of did he trip balls? Because, I mean, they were magic mushrooms, right? He, instead of drinking it, he injected it, so I don't know how that would affect anything. But they really didn't get into that. But he said he was trying to relieve some symptoms of being bipolar, right? So he looked up it online and looked up LSD and how, hallucinogens can help you get over traumatic experiences. But the thing is, that is handled by actual doctors in a controlled environment, and an actual doctor would never have you inject magic mushroom juice into your veins. All right? Now look, drugs are bad, right, kids? But yeah, drugs are just bad, bro. And especially bad when you abuse them and do weird things with them. Look, there's a right way to do wrong things, and he did the wrong thing the wrong way. And if you're doing psychedelics and stuff, you gotta be careful because you can come down with they call it HPPD, which is short for like hallucinogen-induced persisting perception disorder, where that's basically flashbacks, intense hallucinations, like months or even years later after you take these things, man. So dosage, all right? You know what I mean? You don't know what you're doing. You're taking an illicit drug. You could totally kill yourself, or worse, jack yourself up. This dude was not out of the hospital. They trying to get all the fungus out of his blood because he got actual like mushrooms trying to grow inside of him. That's why his organs are shutting down. And it's just like, who knows the long-term damage in that? Because there definitely gonna be long-term damage. So now you bipolar and you got mushrooms trying to pop up in your asshole.
Bruh.
That's the last thing you need. Mushrooms in the old ass? Nobody wants mushroom in the old ass. Who wants that? You know what I mean? Walking around all moist and shit. 22 days in the hospital. Bro, you done, son. All right, the cure can't be worse than the disease. That's all I'm saying. All right? Keep it together. All right? It's all right. Look, right now we in 2021, right? We got to get through these 2 years, all right? Take zero risk right now, all right? Because nothing's really working out. So take zero risk. Minimize your risk. Don't do nothing stupid. Try taking a nap if you, stressed out or depressed, but definitely do not inject magic mushroom juice into your veins. Last but not least, we got a woman in Canada, Quebec, Canada, trying to get past the curfew. Their curfew is from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. You can't be outside unless you're walking your dog or you're an essential worker, right? Her and her boyfriend thought, how can we get past this? She thought, oh, we'll put a dog leash on you and then we can walk around. That was her logic. And this is how you know we've been in quarantine too long, because that was a real idea that they both had. Because if she was like, well, if I'm walking you, that means that we won't get a ticket. And the tickets can be all the way up to $6,000. All right, so, you're taking a huge risk on a stupid idea. I'm not gonna lie. Side note, I'm not gonna lie. This was a good hustle, all right? This was a good little loophole, but executed poorly. Needless to say, the police stopped him and gave him a ticket. She's refusing to pay the ticket, which means it'll just rack up more and more fines and fees. She better go ahead and pay that ticket before it hit that $6,000 though. I mean, yeah, is it fair? No. Can they do it? Yes. Minimize the damage. The amount of money it would take you to fight that in court would be way more than what the ticket was. So, people are like, oh, it's about the principle. It's about saving your money. Because you kind of knew something was going to pop off when you tried to walk your boyfriend like a dog. So, yeah, you definitely going to get in trouble. But good try. That was one of the best attempted capers of 2021. Give it up to you, Quebec, Canada, getting that caper in. All right, Mixnuts, that's it for me today. If you want to support the channel, go to buymeacoffee.com/mixnuts. We got new videos coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And until next time,